Hi, everyone, and welcome to Inside Bristol. I'm your host, Sheridan Nichols, and I've got Samantha Gray with me today from Theater Bristol, and we're talking The Wizard of Oz, one of my very favorites. And tell us all about this.
We're so excited. It's the 80th anniversary this year of the movie, so we plan to put on a spectacle, The Wizard of Oz, and it opens June 21st and runs 2 weekends at the Paramount Center for the Arts. We have a cast of over 60 people.
Oh, wow.
Animals in the cast as well, of course, because you got to have Toto.
Yeah.
But lots of great veterans who will be coming on stage and lots of new people, and we think it's going to be fantastic.
So I'm sure you've already done all of the auditions and the rehearsals are well underway. And
yes, they are. We just have a few more weeks before we go into our tech week and we load in our beautiful set and our costumes and all the great work everyone's done.
So definitely come. You want to see the ruby red slippers.
Yeah, and here somewhere over the rainbow.
Oh, I know. That is exciting. And I know you've got auditions coming up for some other things as well.
Yes, we do. In July, we have auditions for The Trial of the Big Bad Wolf.
Okay.
And that's a really fun, it's a hysterical comedy. Lots of great roles for adults, not just children. It's a very meaty opportunity for folks if they like a good fractured fairy tale. So that's what that's going to be in July. And then also in July, we have a show that opens July 27th through the 29th. It's just 3 days.
Okay.
And that's Sherlock Holmes, presented by our Youth Service Board. And they do lots of work at the theater, and this is kind of their reward to put on a show. But know that they are not novices at this. They've all been in a lot of shows carrying lead roles, so they're very good, and it's a great production to come and see and support.
So lots of opportunity to get out of the heat and get into an awesome theater and cool off and have some laughs and just nostalgia.
Oh, yeah.
If you want to get some tickets to these shows, what's the best way to do that?
They can go to our website at theaterbristol.org. Okay. And that's the best way. That'll take you to all of our shows for the whole season, all through the year, even though some of those tickets for both The Wizard of Oz and Into the Woods, those will be through paramountbristol.org. So either way works.
Jump on and get some tickets, and they're always really affordable. And I mean, if you haven't been to one of Theater Bristol shows, you really need to go. It's
I'm
just
so glad you said that. They really are. I mean, shows like this would be $35 and up, but our tickets are $16 for adults and $12 for students and seniors, and with a little bit of processing fees when it's at the Paramount. You can't see a show of this magnitude with full-on, music, dancing, everything for that price. It's amazing. So you can bring the whole family.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you so much for being on today, Samantha. And thank you for watching. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back to Inside Bristol. I'm your host, Sheridan Nichols, and I've got Taylor Harmon with me today to talk about the Haynesfield pool. It's awesome when summer's underway and the pool's open and everyone's out having a good time. Tell us a little bit about what is going on at the pool these days.
Right now, we just started our 7-day-a-week operation. We're open every day. Monday through Saturday, we're open 11 to 6. Sunday, we don't open until 1 o'clock, but we're still open until 6. And then Tuesday and Thursday nights, we have what we call night swim. And we're open until 8 o'clock. So, so you can come in after 6 o'clock and swim till 8 o'clock on Tuesdays and Thursday nights.
And how much does it cost to use the pool?
For adults, it's $3, and for kids, it's $2. And on night swim, if you come after 6 o'clock, it's $2 for everybody.
Oh, that's great. So I'm sure it's going to be a very fun and crowded summer, and everyone's going to get in a lot of good swimming practice. But you can also have pool parties there, which is a fun thing to do in the summer.
Yes, we do have pool parties, and those are on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday nights. We also have day parties that you can book. All of that is done online. You can go to bristoltn.recdesk.com, and underneath the rentals tab, you can rent a table there at Haynesfield Pool. The prices will depend on how many people show up. If 1 through 24 people, it'll cost $75. $25 deposit, and then we'll take the rest there at the desk at the pool. And they go on up. You can have up to 100 people at the party.
Oh, wow.
And so the prices will vary depending on how many people are there.
So you can have them when other people are there swimming, and you can also have private ones?
Yes, private ones are our night parties.
Okay.
They'll be after 6 o'clock. So once the pool closes, the pool party will come in.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, if you haven't been over there, definitely grab a towel and some sunscreen. And they're open 7 days a week, so it's a great time to get out there and cool off.
Come rent a chair and an umbrella and enjoy the sun at Haynesville Pool.
Great. Thanks, Taylor.
Thank you.
Have a good rest of your summer.
You too.
And stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Inside Bristol. I'm your host, Sheridan Nichols, and I've got Donna Mix with me today from Abuse Alternatives. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
We are really excited to announce this golf tournament that you are planning, and it's coming up on June 21st. Tell us a little bit about this.
It is Abuse Alternatives' 7th annual golf tournament fundraiser. It is being held June 21st at Clear Creek Golf Club in Bristol, Virginia. Registration begins at 1 and tee off is at 2.
Oh, how fun. Now, do you have to have teams? How does it work?
Individuals, we have 2-man teams. We've had those sign up before, but most teams are 4-man teams. There are sponsorships available for individuals and businesses that would like to do a sponsorship and support the fundraiser. We also have whole sponsorships available. So we have a variety of ways that people can support the agency and in our fundraising efforts.
And obviously you've been doing this now for 7 years, so I'm sure you've kind of got it down pat. Is there anything new going on at this golf tournament this year?
There is not. Everyone seems to have had such a great time in the past and enjoyed their day, and so we're just keeping things kind of in the norm, just hoping it doesn't rain and just, a fun-filled day. And the golfers do have dinner after they finish the rounds of golf. And prizes, door prizes. We have lots of door prizes we give out. And so we're just looking forward to it and hoping that we have a lot of teams to play.
Do you need any volunteers or?
We can always use volunteers. So if anyone's interested, we'll find you a job.
Now tell us a little bit about where the funds that you do raise go.
All of the funds go to support the domestic violence services that we provide in the community to victims of domestic violence and their children.
And how long's Abuse Alternatives been around?
This is our 39th year.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's still just as critical.
It is. It is. I spoke to a lady just yesterday from a business, and she's like, wow, I had no idea you all were in the community.
Oh, wow.
And even though we try to get the word out so individuals who need our services are aware that we're in the community, there's always those individuals who's like, I just never knew. But unfortunately it is as needed today as it was 39 years ago, maybe even more so, because people are talking about domestic violence and how it affects the families and the children more so than 39 years ago.
Which is great.
It is.
So what does the program consist of? Awareness and then obviously support and help.
Yes, we have operated an emergency shelter facility for 39 years. That's how the agency began. So victims and their children who have to leave the home because of the abuse can reside in the confidential shelter, emergency shelter. In the shelter, we have a children's program. We have a coordinator who works directly with the children and seeing that all of their needs are met while the parent is focusing on the family's needs and goals. Then we have outreach advocates who will provide advocacy, court accompaniment, information and referral, any service that a victim may need but doesn't need to go into the shelter and reside there. We have a community education program where we go out into the community and educate individuals in businesses, civic groups, anywhere we can get out in the door about the effects of domestic violence and agency services to make people aware. And we also go into schools to educate the young children what is a healthy relationship, talk about bullying, different topics. So try to get them educated at an early age, go into high schools and do presentations on teenage dating violence. So we offer a lot of services. We have a batter's intervention program, which is a 6-month program for participants. They can volunteer, or the court orders after they have been charged criminally with a domestic assault.
Great. Wow. You've got a very big job on your hands, but we are so thankful that we have this organization in our community. And of course, we've got this golf tournament, which is a lot of fun, but a really great way to raise money. So thank you so much for being on today and for sharing all of this with us, Donna. We really appreciate it. And stay with us. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back to Inside Bristol. I'm Sheridan Nichols, and I've got Nathan Green from the police department with me today talking about the infamous Camp Challenge. Tell us all about this.
Well, Camp Challenge is our summer camp that we provide to the kids in the city of Bristol and also the county, but it's for the city of Bristol first and foremost. It's provided free of charge. We do 2 weeks a year in July. It's just 2 different age groups. 9 to 11-year-olds come the first week, which will be July 15th through the 19th this year, and then the 22nd through the 26th will be the 12 to 14-year-olds. It starts at Steels Creek every day at the park. There's no fee to come in. I know there's a charge at the gate, but it's free to come in to the people that are camping to let the kids off. It starts at 8 in the morning, goes to 3 every afternoon. Meals, snacks, everything's provided, all free of charge. And do several things. We start at the park, but we usually go somewhere just about at least 3 of the days.
Okay.
Go to the movies. On the smaller kids get to go to the movies and just jump.
Oh,
and
wow.
The bigger kids, we usually bowl and or something like that and go to off the grid.
Oh,
Elizabeth,
very
and do
fun.
the zip lines. Yeah. So it's a fun time.
And how many kids get to participate during these weeks?
We usually try to limit it to about 30 kids each week, so
Okay.
spots are limited.
And how many officers are helping out during the week of the camp?
Oh, there's at least 10 officers probably. 10 officers, dispatchers, including everyone. Dispatchers, we have some volunteers that help.
And I know this is a real favorite for a lot of the officers, and it's such a nice way to interact with the kids and let them realize that even though y'all kind of look, intimidating with these uniforms and everything else, that, you're really just here to help us as citizens.
Yeah, and then when these kids grow up, they recognize you out and talk to you, and where they've come to camp when they were little. I mean, a lot of them come until they're just too old to come anymore. So I don't blame them. It's fun.
Yeah, I mean, all of the things you've mentioned, we all want to sign up for camp. So if we do want to sign up our child for camp, how do we go about doing that?
There's several ways you can do it. You can come and pick up an application at the police department at our records window. You can pick it up there, fill it out for your child, and turn it back in there. You can also get one from SRO Camper. A lot of them have been distributed through the schools and such. So some people have had them already, and they can turn them in back into the police department. But you can also email him, and he'll send you one. And it's his contact info is jcamper@bristoltn.org, and one can be emailed and then just turn it back in. And so there's a place on there for transportation. We do provide transportation for kids in the city. You have to live within the city limits to get transportation, but we do provide that as well.
That's great. So what a fun week for these kids.
I will say the applications have to be in by June 15th, though.
Okay.
Especially if you need transportation, because we have to make arrangements for that to know how many kids we're picking up and stuff. So.
Perfect. Well, Officer Green, thanks so much
Thank
for being
you.
with us today and sharing with us. We
Thanks.
really appreciate it. Stay with us. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back to Inside Bristol. I'm your host, Sheridan Nichols, and I've got Malin Luttrell with me today from the Bristol Pirates. This is always one of our favorite times of year, and we've got all these amazing, talented baseball players coming in to town and getting ready for some games. So this is very exciting, but we need some help. We need to find some homes for some of these players.
Absolutely. They'll be coming in on June the 14th, and we'll be celebrating actually our 50th anniversary this year of continuous baseball in Bristol. So, you know, if you're fortunate enough to be able to host one of our players or a couple of our players, there could be some extra benefits come along with that being the anniversary.
No kidding. So tell us a little bit about, if you want to be involved with this program, how you get involved.
Well, basically, you can call me direct at 276-206-9946, or you can email us at hostfamily@bristolbaseball.com. And it doesn't take a lot. There's not a lot of requirements for this other than basically just a nice home or a nice bed to sleep in. And families can engage and do as much as they'd like with the players. But we definitely need some host families, you know, pretty bad this year. We've had 4 that's had to step down for various reasons, and we're just trying to get that, you know, replenished. But it's a great time. Guaranteed to have a lot of fun during the summer.
And it's just a great way too to show them Bristol, and also for you to get to know a little bit more about baseball if you know it's a sport that you're not as familiar with.
Oh, absolutely, and especially if you have young kids that's playing Little League, minor league baseball, or even kids that's playing high school baseball. It's always a good way to learn some additional skills and just coming out to the park and hanging around when the guys are practicing.
That's
so
great.
It's just a great time.
And I know you've hosted some. Your family has hosted a few players in the past.
Oh, we do. My wife and I, we've been hosting 4 each season, and we've been doing that for several years. And it's really a great cultural exchange as well. And you get to learn a lot about other countries where these kids are from, as well as other states in the U.S. So it's just a great time. It really is.
It's exciting. Well, I know everybody's excited about the season kicking off. So if you can open up your home, definitely get in touch with Malin. He would appreciate it.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you so much for being on today. And thank you for watching. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Inside Bristol. I'm Sheridan Nichols, and I've got Rebecca Craddock here today from the City Schools. Thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely.
And this is a great program. Everybody likes to hear the word free, and we've got free meals this summer. And
Yes.
tell us about this program.
Yes, we're rolling out our free meals once again, and we have it every day, May 30th through July 30th, Monday through Friday. We don't serve meals on July 4th, is the only exception.
Okay.
And they are at Fairmount Elementary School. We actually have breakfast and lunch at Fairmount, and breakfast is from 8 to 9, and lunch is from 10:30 to 1:30.
And anyone can participate in this.
Any child under the age of 18. It is a program for children. It's a free meals program for children.
So do you need to sign up online anywhere, or you could just show up, or how does it work?
Nope, you just show up the day of the meals, and we also have 4 off-site locations, and those are Mountain View Apartments, Sage Meadows Apartments, Meadowview Mobile Home Park, and then Bristol Heights Mobile Home Park. And if you go to our website, which is btcs.org, you can see the schedule for that. There's a specific time each day.
Okay.
So you can see the schedule, and you can even see a menu for each day.
So, and I know nutrition has become a big part of this. So tell me about these meals. Are they based on that like they are in the school year?
Yes, this is a USDA program, so we have to continue to meet certain requirements with them because it is, funded similar to the same way that our school system meals are funded, because this is a service through our school nutrition program through the school system, and it's something that we're just super excited and fortunate to be able to offer to our families during the summertime.
Because the same kids that are struggling to get all their meals and their nutrition during the school year, now this gives them something for the summer.
Yes, and it's neat to go out and see them during the summer because it's also a time of fellowship. The meals are eaten on site. They have to be eaten on site with the bus when it goes out, and so it's also a time for them to fellowship with their friends and get together. And Another program maybe I can come back and talk about is our book bus, because when it starts in June, the book bus and the meal program, they go out together.
Oh, how
so
great.
and the book bus goes out a lot less frequently, but then the kids are together getting books and getting their meals, and so it's just a fun time in the summer.
Well, thank you so much, Rebecca, for being on today. And thank you all for watching. We'll see you next time.